Welcome to the Introduction to Scratch video. In this video, we're going to show how to delete sprites, add sprites, and how to do some simple coding on our sprites. The sprite is the character that we use to put our code on, and there's all kinds of different sprites, but today we're going to focus on using letter sprites because we're going to be animating the letters of our name. So I need to first delete this cat sprite. And you'll see that my cat sprite has a blue highlight around it, and I'm going to right click and click delete. Then I can add a new sprite. So to add a new sprite, I'm going to come over here and it says choose a sprite from library. And I'm going to go to my letters, and I'm going to find the first letter of my first name, which is a J. I'm going to highlight the J and I'm going to select OK. And you'll see that my J has shown up on my screen. Now we're going to apply coding blocks to our letter sprite. And we're going to use coding blocks from these top 4 sections. So the blue section is motion. So these are coding blocks that are going to help us to make our sprite move. Below that is the purple section, which is looks. These are things that are going to change the way that our sprite looks. Up here is events, and we use event to be able to control when our sprite starts doing something. And then we have our control block. And inside our control block, we're going to find our wait, because we're going to need our wait block, and we're going to find some of our loop blocks. So our repeat, this is a repeat 10 times, and our forever. And we're going to use these 3 blocks in our code. To add coding to our sprite, all we have to do is drag the code onto our work screen. So I'm going to start by going to our events, and we're going to grab this when the flag is clicked. So that's our go flag. So this is our go flag and this is our stop button. So I'm going to tell my sprite when the green flag is clicked, I'm going to do some things. So I'm going to go over to my motion block. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drag over code that's always going to make my sprite point in the correct direction. And this is like a puzzle. We need to just grab it and make sure that it clicks in place. And I'm going to grab one more block here, which is my turn 15 degrees. Now I need to go over to my control, and I'm going to grab my repeat block because I want to repeat this 10 times. So I want my J to turn 15 degrees 10 times. So let's see what happens. So that's pretty cool, but I would like it to have a little bit of a wait in between. So I'm going to drag this wait block over, and I can just put it right after my turn. So it's inside my loop, but after my turn. And when I click on my green flag, you'll see that my J is moving a little bit slower. Then I can click on my stop. So that's how I get my letter to turn into a circle. So now I'm going to go grab the next letter of my name. So I'm going to grab a U, and I'm going to grab this different kind of a U, and I'm going to click OK. And I'm going to move my U over so I can move my sprites around the way they want them. So if I click on my J, I'll see the code that I just added. But if I want to apply code to my U, I need to click on my U over here. And you'll see there is no code because I haven't put any code on my U yet. So on my U, I'm going to make my U have a fun little whirl. So I'm going to go to my events, and I'm going to click on my when my flag is clicked. And then I'm going to go to my looks. And I'm going to change the whirl effect. So the whirl effect you're going to see is underneath these pull down menus. So I'm going to set the effect to be 0, and then I'm going to change the effect. So setting the whirl effect to 0 means it's going to go back to normal as soon as I click on my flag. And if I change my whirl effect, then it will change it by 25, which is a good number. Now I need to go back over to my control, and I'm going to grab my repeat block, repeat 10, And then I'm going to go ahead and grab a wait 1 second. And I'm going to drag this code inside my repeat block. I'm going to see what happens. That's pretty cool. I'm going to click on my stop button. One more thing I need to show you is if you accidentally put the wrong code in there, you can move code out and make some changes, or if you need to, you can actually drag it off your screen and that will delete it. So that's how you delete code and add code. Or if you needed to separate code and add in between, you can do that. It's just like little puzzle pieces. And that's how we animate letters of our name.